What's going on? Yeah, so today I want to cover the brand new producer letter, which kind of details all the new content that will be coming to Blade & Soul for the rest of 2019 for North America and Europe. Just want to take the time to cover it, discuss my opinion on it, share my thoughts, all that. So let's jump into the video and talk about the producer letter. So they start off the producer letter basically covering all the stuff that they recently released, like the brand new fishing system, new events, Summer Trove, Kung Fu Master, Blade Master Third Spets, all that good stuff. And when we dig down here, they actually start mentioning the brand new stuff that's going to be coming. So the very first thing they talk about is the Archer class, which will be released in September for North America and Europe. And this is by no means a surprise to most people, just considering this is the same format they've done for quite a while now. Basically what they do is they release a new class in Korea in June, and then 3 months later they release it in September for us. Done that with the Warden, the Gunslinger, now they're doing it with the Archer. And the Archer is definitely a unique ranged class because unlike most ranged classes in Blade & Soul, where for example the Gunslinger, you just right click and all your abilities automatically hit the boss, you don't really have to aim anything. Where with the Archer you actually do. Most of the skills you have to target the boss and aim them correctly. Otherwise, if you just aim it to the right and the boss is in the middle of the fight, you're totally going to miss them with your abilities, losing out on a ton of DPS. So it's definitely going to be more for experienced players. They also have Alpha Call like Gunslinger has, so they'll have 2 classes with that now. I could go over the builds and everything like that, but I already have a video for that. It's an Archer class overview, going over the builds, how the class works, the skills, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in the Archer class, you want to learn more, I will leave a link in description and you can check it out and watch it. I think it's only like 7 or 8 minutes, so it's not that long. But definitely a lot of good information there. Besides that, the Assassin and the Destroyer class are going to be getting their third spets unlocked. Right now we only have the Blade Master and the Kung Fu Master, and now we'll have 2 more classes with that before the end of the year. They say by the end of the year, so I'm going to assume they're probably not going to release it till probably like November or December for us. But this is really awesome because honestly right now, the Destroyer and the Assassin class are probably some of the most bottom tier classes in the game right now. The Awakening wasn't really useful for them. It kind of hurt the Assassin a lot. I remember a lot of people re-rolling from Assassin. And then the Destroyer class, I've always said this, I feel like they need a little bit more love from NCSoft because they're just probably the most unpopulated class in the game. Like they're really unpopular, and I feel like it's just because they don't really bring much to parties at all, and their DPS is pretty bad until they get a lot of gear. Unlike a lot of other classes, for example like the Gunslinger, you can have basic gear and do a ton of DPS, where the Destroyer, he does terrible damage until you get like your VT badge and a Ranzu and all that other good stuff. So I definitely have been an advocate for getting the Destroyer to get some buffs, and with it getting the third spec, I can only imagine it's going to make the class really strong. So for all the OG Destroyer players who played them for years, they're definitely going to be happy about this, and I feel like the Assassin could use some love in PvE too. So I'm really happy that these 2 classes are getting theirs. Really excited to see what they're going to be like because we don't know. I mean, Kung Fu Master got a wolf, so maybe the Assassin turns into a snake. Like it could be anything, so I'm definitely very excited for this. The only unfortunate part is that for the rest of the classes we won't be getting our third spec until at least 2020, and I'm hoping they kind of speed it up a little bit because for this year 2019 they've only released 4 classes for their third spec. So if they keep that same format for 2020, some classes will have to wait all the way till 2021 to get their third spec unlocked, which could be really dumb. So I'm hoping they don't wait that long because who knows what the population of Blade & Soul will be in 2021. I can't even imagine. So I really hope they kind of speed it up a little bit. I would like to see them get all the third specs unlocked for the classes by 2020 at the latest, even the Archer. Because it's really stupid if you're like the last class without your third spec. You're going to be like, what the hell, NCSoft? I just have to wait here, wait. Like, it's not a really good idea. So 2020, let's get them all out. That's my hope. But at least for the end of the year, we'll have 2 more classes with third spec. Besides that, we're going to be getting kind of like the typical Blade & Soul update where we'll get like a new dungeon with new equipment. Also get some new raids. They're not going to be top tier raids like above Eternity Temple or anything, but we will be getting probably more what I like to call them pleb raids, where they'll be like Snowjay Fortress or Fallen Aranzu School, where they're just like really easy to kill and defeat, and you get like a weekly challenge reward from. So they also talk about actually revamping the weekly challenge system, so I imagine that has to do something with them introducing new pleb raids. Besides that, quality of life improvements, making an easy dungeon mode, and I actually covered this in the Korean producer letter because they had one for Korea. And what this mode is going to be is just an easier version than normal mode that we have now, and it's going to be the same dungeon, the same fight, and same mechanics and everything, but the only difference from easy mode to normal mode is that easy mode won't wipe you anymore. So maybe if you're brand new to the game and you're trying to do Brood Chamber in normal mode and you keep wiping to the first boss Blood Condenser system and you can't block the orbs or something, well, you can be like, okay, let's do easy mode, and then I can learn the mechanics, and if I mess up the mechanics, well, I'm not just gonna instantly wipe, I just will take a lot of damage. And it's even fine for experienced players. Like right now it'd be awesome for Warp Citadel because I'm not really good with the mechanics right now, I'm kind of shaky with them. And I love to go to easy mode and practice them, not have to worry about wiping, and so I can learn them and know what I'm doing and then go into normal mode. So I think this is a perfectly fine change, and hopefully it does welcome a lot of new players into the game. Also going to be expanding the Unity system, so they'll probably just introduce more Unity stones because they have those locked right now for like rank 80 and rank 75. I can't remember the exact numbers. Talking about another thing is implementing a new system to separate PvE and PvP attack power. So they're going to be trying to balance PvP and PvE because right now they're kind of intertwined, where if they do this system, they'll make it separate. And this might make it way more balanced for Battlegrounds for sure. Obviously, Battlegrounds will never be completely balanced because it is gear dependent, so if someone has better gear, they're probably going to be a little bit stronger than you unless you somehow outplay them. But honestly, I do feel like this is a great change because it'll allow them to focus on each one, so they could be like, hey, PvP, we need to balance this for the attack power, we need to balance this class, and then for PvE, we need to buff this class or nerf this class. So I think being able to separate those and focus on how they work in each game mode will be a great idea and hopefully help out the game a lot and be more fun for everyone like they're saying here. Besides that, the last thing to talk about, which is probably the most important thing to talk about, is Unreal Engine 4. Now, we've been waiting for Unreal Engine 4, we haven't heard anything for a while. We're hoping it was going to be coming out in 2019. I was maybe expecting it to come in December 2019. Like, they love to do these really big December updates, and what would be bigger than Unreal Engine 4 making the game amazingly optimized and play super well and smooth like butter? But that's not going to be the case, unfortunately. I mentioned here that they don't anticipate the game to upgrade to Unreal Engine 4 this year, but they say they're still working on it and development is still on Unreal Engine 4. They're trying to put it out for us. It is unfortunate that we don't get some type of release date because it's still like up in the air now. Like we're just like, well, when is it coming out then? All we know is it probably is not going to be coming out this year. That is really unfortunate because honestly, another like 6 months at least we're not going to be getting Unreal Engine 4 is kind of sad because the game is really poorly optimized and it's only getting worse with every update. Motion Tower is like 10 FPS for everyone. Blade Master Third Spec is like 5 FPS for players, is totally terrible. And I just feel like it's really getting worse. It really is. And the fact that we're not going to be getting Unreal Engine 4 for like another half a year at least is kind of bad for the state of the game. I feel like this is something they really should be prioritizing over everything else, because if the game doesn't run well, why would I even play the game? If I can't even get 20 FPS in a raid, it's not even really worth playing. It's just annoying, and I wish they would really focus on trying to get this out sooner, because honestly, if this even comes out, I feel like it wouldn't come out to at least like spring of 2020, maybe even summer of 2020, which is a very long time away. They also mentioned we're going to be getting a brand new Blade & Soul producer. Her name is Sage. They say she's an industry veteran. She's worked on multiple MMOs, and hopefully she's going to be really great for the game. I mean, all I ever ask is that just listen to the community, because we have a ton of really great ideas for the game, and if they listen and actually listen to our feedback, I feel like the game would be in a way better place. So I'm hoping they do that, and they have showed signs of that. I will give them credit, but I definitely feel like they could do a lot better with listening to us. And they say that she's going to be instrumental in working with Korea to ensure that they can implement feedback from us into North America and Europe's version, because as you guys know, our version is completely different from Korea or China, Blade & Soul, and all those other regions, and hopefully they can implement those for our regions and help us out, because our version needs different things from what Korea's version needs. And so I'm hoping she does that, so let's give her a chance. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Overall, a bunch of new updates. Let me know what you guys are most excited about. I would have to say I'm probably most excited about maybe the new class Third Specs. I really want to see what they're going to be for the Assassin and Destroyer. I think it'll be really cool. Fortunate that we won't be getting Unreal Engine 4 this year, but I guess we'll just have to be more patient. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, support the video, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video real soon.